Bird up. Do. What's up, everyone? Nathan coming back at you with my second mono flying showcase. Last time I used a kind of classic mono flying offense. We're gonna have to definitely find time to do a mono flying balance too, because last one didn't have the classic Mantine or the classic Zapdos Galar. You really want a classic sort of showcase of at least one mono steel mon or one mono flying steel mon plus a Mantine for the water absorb, things like that. So we'll have to get a classic sort of team going for another video. But today I want to do some bird up laddering here. We're going to be doing some bird spam. If you're wondering what the inside joke here is with the bird up, bird up, bird up. And you're wondering what it is a joke for my stream, but honestly there's nothing to it. You're not missing out on anything. I just say bird up and like that's the whole joke. It's a reference to an old Eric Andre bit, which by the way I watched for the first time this morning, like for the first time in a while. That is not a funny bit. I don't know why I fixed it on this specific Eric Andre bit. He's got so many great skits and stuff like that, and this was just terrible. It's just him like kissing and like groping people in public. It's really lowbrow. I don't know, I just find the energy of bird up really funny. This cracks me up. But anyways, we're gonna get into that today with some easy breezy bird up HO team building here. And also for those that don't know, in Gen 6, bird spam was a legitimate form of offense where Talonflame had its amazing pre-nerf Gale Wings ability where it had a priority Brave Bird. You had all kinds of teams where the goal of the offense, similar to what we talked about with Ghost laddering and Dragon laddering and Mono Fighting laddering recently, is you're just throwing these same types at your opponent over and over again, trying to wear down the resistances. And mono flying, we talked about how mono flying is decent defensively speaking, kind of underrated even, with the proliferation of Roost, the easy to shore up weaknesses to ice, steel, and ice, electric, and rock. And the great Pokemon that have it, the resistance to most ground type attacks and hazards. But offensively, I think flying is pretty good too. Brave Bird and Hurricane are extremely powerful stabs. Obviously, they have their drawbacks, but still, in terms of just hitting power, it's hard to compete with that. And the attackers that make up mono flying are extremely good too. So I think, again, it's an underrated form of offense here. And the bird spam, we're going to see how we can work out right now. So I'm just start with like a classic suicide lead right here. I was thinking about maybe a Sash Landorus or a Sash Aerodactyl. They're very cool. Probably a little bit more original than the Skarmory here. But a classic Custap Berry Skarmory is great for a couple reasons. First of all, it guarantees you get up at least 2 moves with the Sturdy and the Custap Berry. Sometimes people can play around it and attack you with a move that is like only 55%, so they can 2-hit KO you without activating your Custap Berry here, which does need a quarter of health. But still, for the most part, it's an extremely reliable item. And even with only Brave Bird on a Skarmory here, and we're going to just give it these weird sets that wouldn't work for anything else, you'd be surprised at what circumstances you can still use a Skarmory in just like a decent situation. So by that I mean, like, if I'm up against mono ground, I'm probably going to keep the Skarmory around so they can wall Excadrill outside of gravity, things like that. So Skarmory can still be useful even without Roost here, but we're also going to throw in Taunt because its speed tier is actually not bad once you give it max speed, and it can't deny hazards that way. Of course, Stealth Rock and Spikes. It's the main reason why I'm going to be using it as a suicide lead here, is because it's so good at getting up at least one layer of Stealth Rocks and Spikes, sometimes multiple, and then you're just like poised for the rest of the game. And that's why also, if I'm doing an offensive team, I am definitely doing a Zapdos Galar here. I would love to, especially in a bird up team, do a Braviary version, but Braviary, unfortunately, when it comes to using Defiant, it's just a worse version of Zapdos Galar. If you want to use it, credit to you, but Zapdos Galar is faster, has a stab fighting move to deal with the stealing types that would wall it. It's got worse defenses. Like, it's just, we got to use Zapdos Galar here, unfortunately. I do love me some Braviary, especially look at the old Smogon design. Braviary had a cool ass design. Where if I can find it, not Smogon design, the Gen 5 design. I thought it was so cool. Also got done pretty dirty by Gen 6, but not bad. This is so cool in my opinion. Even Rufflet. It's always a bummer in the game when you wanted a Braviary, but it's level 56 or something, so you can actually get it. So annoying. Anyways, total tangent there. I'm not sure what item we're going to use here. I'll leave this kind of up to what we end up doing, but I'm definitely going to be using at least this so far. I need the bird up spam, no question. Bird up. That took me like hours to do, by the way, so I'm definitely going to be spamming it for this Showdown live. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using these stats too here. Remains to be seen, probably Thunderous Kick if we're Scarfed, probably a Blaze Kick if we're Banded. So I will keep this here. Again, I like it just because Skarmory's so good at getting up Stealth Rocks and Spikes, and the Defiant will disincentivize our opponent from defogging them immediately. So I love that. So now we can kind of go off the rails a little bit and get creative here. Actually, not quite. I'm going to want at least one It's gonna be hard to say no to Celesteela in case we come up against like an ice type Pokemon. So I'm probably gonna run a Meteor Beam Celesteela. Maybe I can talk myself out of it. And I'm probably gonna run at least one of Landorus Therian. Oh, I would love to do Landorus Incarnate. At least probably one of Landorus Therian or Thundurus Therian, just because I don't want to lose to, like, you know, the odd Electric Mon, which does only leave one slot. That's me saying I need 5 slots here. So we're definitely gonna free up some of this right here. So I'll probably free up Thundurus, give ourselves 1 Electrical Resist. That's good enough. Hawlucha, I would love to build with an HO team, but let's first decide we're building any hyper offense team. What is our main sweeper going to be? What are we trying to feature? What is our big bird to be birding up with? Hawlucha with the acrobatic seems like a fantastic start. Other options include Dragonite with a dual wing beat. We could do Tornadus Therian with Hurricane, but that's pretty unreliable. Landorus Therian can definitely sweep, but not with flying type moves, and same with Zapdos and Hurricane too, so I'm not going to be fixating on those so much. Gyarados, I don't think I got anything besides like dual wing beat, so I'm gonna say no there. Moltres, super fantastic with Air Slash or Hurricane. That's definitely one. Same with Salamence, but nothing's really. Ooh, Sigilyph would be really fun. I think it's Air Slash too. That'll be a fun one. And like, what would a Sigilyph setup set look like? Let's take a look here. I know it got banned from like NU. There it is. They're not giving us a setup set, huh? Like you could do, yeah, Calm Mind, Roost, Heat Wave. That would hit really hard. Give you that fire type attack. Why don't we do this as one sweeper? And then like a Hawlucha as another. Because they're both really good at dealing with the steel types that Mono Flying would struggle with otherwise. And you might wonder, how are we going to use Hawlucha if we don't have like a terrain setter, for example, to activate the seed? There's a couple of options. You can do a Sky Attack with a Power Herb, which works okay because at least you hit hard right away. But my favorite is going to be the Citrus Berry, where we are going to take advantage of our great speed tier. I'm not sure, will we go max speed? I'm thinking we might need to, just to give ourselves, well, who are we getting outsped by otherwise? Gengar. Can we outspeed a like Keldeo if we are adamant? Let's take the look here. Keldeo, I'm not sure. Not 262, 252 plus. So Keldeo hits 346. 335. I think we do need to go max speed here. Wait, what am I missing? 346. 335. Oh, it just didn't activate that there. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but I might as well go max speed if that's the case. And I'll also do, so the way the Citrus Berry works is you're going to substitute on your opponent repeatedly. So if it's just a Pokemon that Hawlucha can actually safely substitute on, that's fantastic. Then you can substitute and then Swords Dance, which is a great start. But if it's someone like, let's say you're against a Terrakion who keeps Stone Edging on you, for example, then you can just substitute 2 times, activate your Citrus Berry, and then you'll get your Unburden boost. You're unbelievably fast, and you can close combat sweep from there. So very good bird spam Mon there. Landorus, man, I might actually do. The problem is with Landorus and our Thundurus Incarnate here is I do think we need one, so we have at least one electric resist on the team, but neither have access to a good electric move. You know, it's kind of a bummer. Like Zapdos, I don't even think it's a neutral. I don't remember if electric resist for electric here. Still, there's no. It's kind of a bummer. Glysaur, of course, was a famous mono flying Mon. Didn't have really have great flying stab either here. Yeah, I think I might just. I think it does. I think it is neutral to flying. So I could do a Thundurus or a Zapdos, but I think I really do want an easy breezy sort of resist. And Landorus Therian puts in all kinds of work on these kinds of teams. So for now, I'll just do a lazy Choice Scarf. It'll be a decent cleaner in a team like this. Good pivot. U-turn. Could throw Defog on here too, but I think I'll go for Stone Edge and Knockoff too, because Knockoff is just some added utility there. And no, we're not running Keldeo. We've got a Scarf Landorus. Frees me up to do a Choice Banded Sceptile Scalar, which is a great breaker. I love that. Blaze Kick here. So that's actually a pretty quick team that we put together. I'm not sure the Sigilyph and Hawlucha will pair up, but I'm down to change that if something changes. No, we don't have Air Slash here. Bird up. We're gonna put Air Slash on. Even if it's less optimal than Psychic, we don't care. We got a bird up. Bird up. And for the last slot here, I'd like another breaker. We got Sigilyph, we got Hawlucha. Another breaker would be great. The ones that are jumping out at me right now are Pelipper, easy choice. Zapdos and Tornadus would be awesome. They could do a Banded Dragonite with dual Wing Beat. Celesteela really jumps out at me if I'm being honest. I think if this is an optimal team, we probably lean towards Celesteela here. But you know, speaking of optimization on this other team that I made in a similar vein to this, we had a Talonflame, which is pretty fun. Man, I would have to change a Roost on this if I ever did this team again, because the Roost just does not do it for me. Maybe even Overheat, so you're kind of dual stab or dual mixed attacker, except your special attack is also awful. Yeah, Talonflame got done dirty. But let's think about another mon here that we can use to break, to open the doors for our Sigilyph and Alucha here. Specs Pelipper definitely jumps out at me. Banded Salamence. I don't love these mons that are super weak to rocks. That's another benefit of Celesteela, is they're only neutral to rocks. I could do Braviary. I have 2 Defiant mons. Seems like a bit much. Boy, this is a tough one. Togekiss would do the job well. Even Nasty Plot's kind of a pseudo sweeper then. That's not terrible. Specs Moltres. Don't think so. Okay, well, I am kind of leaning towards... Maybe we try Pelipper out. I've literally never used a Choice Specs Pelipper in my entire life. Let's just try it for the hell of it. We'll run Weather Ball. We'll run a Hurricane, of course. As much Flying Stab as possible on this team. What else can you run? Ice Beam. Yeah. Seed Bomb. I did not know I got access to Seed Bomb. Probably be better to break with 2 Hurricanes instead, but that's crazy. And then probably, man, Tailwind. What could you do with Tailwind? What if there's any synergy you could do with a Tailwind on a Pelipper here? Maybe even make it Life Orb instead of Specs. This is so stupid. I don't know. I don't think there'd be a lot of synergy there. Our team's fast enough as is. The idea of a Tailwind team on a Bird Up team is interesting for sure. Blizzard, man. I'm thinking either Seed Bomb, Surf, or U-Turn. Surf is going to give us consistency outside of the rain, but I don't know if it's going to be too necessary. Seed Bomb would be great for hitting like ground types and stuff, and maybe water absorbers, but like Gastrodon or Seismitoad. But I think Hurricane's going to 2-hit KO those mons just fine. So I'm going to opt for a U-Turn here. Bulky Specs. Yeah, that seems great to me. Okay, so easy breezy team build right there. Let's get into it. Oh, we're not doing OU. Not yet. Not yet. We'll get to you eventually, OU. Don't you worry. Let's do it. Bird up. There's a kind comment. Thank you. Couldn't really give a very detailed response because we're busy. We're busy birding up. I walk in the club just to bird it up. So let's go. Against a Mono Dragon team too. So we're gonna lead our Skarmory here. I do like Skarmory too because it's actually relatively fast. It can get out some pretty fast taunts. So let's say we come against a Kamo at round start. If they're full defensive investment, we can probably get the taunt off before they can do anything. Kyurem, if we're worried about a substitute here, we could go for that. Am I worried about a substitute? Nah, I just want rocks. Screw it. Because I can go to... I mean, it would be pretty bad, actually. Maybe I should have taunted there. But now we can spike here, as they're going to go for their own rocks. No point in taunting there because they've fed us. Skarmory's not that fast. Dracovish makes an appearance here. And Pelipper might be able to handle that fine once, you know, it swaps in nicely. But as is, it's a little bit rough. So I'm going to spikes here. They're going to fish this Rend. Oh, that's just outside of our Custap Berry range. That's actually so cruel. Because I could have gotten really good chip on it, like 30%, and then being able to revenge kill with Landorus. That is awful, awful, awful. Now, die. And let's go to, I mean, Pelipper, I'm giving them a Vicious Rend boost. I'm going to calc this really quick. I am sorry, everyone. Yeah, it looks like right here that Vicious Rend will be killing us after we take Stealth Rock damage there. So that's a no-go. Oh man, we actually struggle. We really struggle here. I could do Lando and go to Pelipper on like a sack. I mean, Landorus isn't killing here either. Yeah, Landorus is not quite doing. If we got the Brave Bird off, Landorus would have been able to kill, but as is, that's not gonna cut it. Man, that's annoying. I think we gotta just sack Pelipper here. So I'll do this. I could knock off, and I'll be hitting first. Remove their Scarf. I think we'd still die though, and this is an important mon. But what the hell? We'll hit first so the Vicious Rend won't be so strong. So I don't know, we might live with the attack drop and with the Vicious Rend damage nerf since they're hitting second. I don't know though. I mean, it's a super effective, strong jaw move on a Landorus. I would be surprised if we lived this. Okay, there you go. That's pretty nice. Let's go to, I think I'll keep this as a sack, honestly. Except I can't. Again, there's still no swap in. Scarf or not. So Strakovich is dead with these hazards up. Our biggest advantage right now is a massive hazard shift here. Everybody's taking about 37% damage every time they swap in right now. Is there a Pokemon I want to set up right now really easily? Hawlucha comes to mind, but it still seems a little bit early, especially with Komodo. We definitely want a different attack up then. Let's go to our Sigilyph then and go for the Air Slash. Bird up. Bird up. Sigilyph, take it home. They're going to die here, and then they'll probably go to Kyurem afterwards. Yeah, definitely a Kyurem swap afterwards. In which case we stack Pelipper. This Pelipper, I think it might need to be higher speed or something. The Pelipper normally leads is the thing, is how these things work. So it seems kind of at odds with our Skarmory. They normally just lead and just start breaking right away. I might change this very early on to a, I don't know. Again, these two are just very competent breakers, but I just want true bird spam. The truest of bird spams. Oh, man. So we're going to take them out, and we're going to see... It's got to be Kyurem. It's got to be. I must imagine. In which case, I don't know, probably Pelipper as a sack and then go to Zapdos Galar. Zapdos Galar is actually not looking terrible. Speed tier is a little bit rough, but we could maybe manage with some bird spam. Yeah, that's doable. They're boots actually, which is interesting, which means they're not specs, which means Calm Mind does kind of enter my mind here, if we're being honest. Well, I don't see Sigilyph really sweeping with Hydreigon and Garchomp and Dragonite on the field. So unless they have Icicle Spear, we will live this. Regular Freezer will be fine. As they do sub up on us, fair enough. We'll Air Slash once, we don't really lose too much there. They crit us, that's too bad, we would have gotten some good damage otherwise. Let's go to our... Man, Pelipper's going to get smoked there too. It's got to be Zapdos, it's the only play. The question is whether we can get off a Brave Bird or not. Tough to say. As much as I love the bird up, I think we have the close combat here though. We're definitely down in pieces. It's a little bit rough. Unless the Dragonite isn't heavy duty boots, we might be fine. Garchomp's to play. If they are Rocky Helmet, we're in trouble. Let's see. Looks like it's just a regular. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. That'll bring out Komodo maybe. Komodo I wouldn't mind swapping into with our Pelipper, which is nice. Although then there's the risk. The fact that Garchomp was a rocker, the Komodo is definitely some sort of offensive set. So we're kind of risking like a substitute into something there, which is never a great situation. And our opponents already revealed themselves to be down to substitute, facing down an attacker. Granted, that was a much more advantageous position with our Sigilyph versus their Kyurem, but still, I'd be pretty scared to swap to my Pelipper on a Komodo here. Definitely not going to lie. Plus, they're going to be taking like 32%, 31% from the hazard. So if they're pure offensive, close combat might even just kill here. We see the Dragonite actually. Interesting. So we'll see a Brave. I mean, if they set up to +1, we might just lose. I can't stop, especially not with the close combat. They're not banded, obviously, so they're obviously Dragon Dance. I think they're gonna Brave Bird once here, or Dragon Dance once here. Except they don't. They're gonna swap out. Looking for a double switch to my Pelipper there. We definitely take advantage of that. That's nice. Dragonite comes in. They might just attack me now that my defense is like 108, super low. And Zapdos actually outspeeds everyone at this point. So I'm going to risk that Pelipper swap right now. We'll see if it works out. As they... Dragon Dance. I think they're going to Oko us right now, but if we can get off this Ice Beam. Ooh, Specs Ice Beam. It's going to be close. Ah, not close enough. So that's probably it right there. Dragon Claw, super strong. Yeah, that's it. Shoot. Maybe I should have gone to Hawlucha first there, but it doesn't matter. Hawlucha's not tanking this. Dang, that's too bad. Oh, I think the Pelipper did nothing there. Even if it was boots or something, that'd be something. But that's a tough one there. So let's scrap this. I'm not feeling it. We need more hitting power. This team just isn't strong enough right now. Because the fact is, on a team like this, Halucha's not going to get up to their sword stance very often. You know, Halucha would really like screen support. That's the thing. Maybe it needs screen support. Doesn't Sigilyph get screens? Maybe that's what I should be going for. Some sort of screener so I can really lean into Halucha. Because if the goal of my hyper offense is to get Halucha the best sweep possible, then we're looking at screens. So who would be the better screener? I mean, Xatu kind of comes to mind too, right? It gets, and it can deny hazards to an extent. Reflect. I might try that. Magic bounce. Get some easy swapping opportunities. Am I missing anyone here? Let's go to types. Flying, and then I can filter by light screen, right? Yeah. Our options are Zapdos. That's new. Zapdos Galar gets light screen. That's crazy, man. I'm learning some stuff right now. Sigilyph might be better though, because it's more defensively sound. It doesn't have to worry about hazards being up. Got a slightly better speed tier, but Zatu's got the magic bounce too. We'll try Xatu. Like Clay. It's got U-turn too, which is nice. U-turn and what's that move called? Oh, that ghost type attack that does, it's like seismic toss. Oh, what the hell is it called? Nightshade. There we go. Fast bulky support. Yeah, that seems great. Definitely want the max speed there. So we got the Xatu. That'll support. I don't think Zapdos Galar is going anywhere here. Don't think Lander Astarion's really going anywhere either, just because, again, I don't want to get completely 6-0'd by any electric Pokemon. Even with some screen supports, I don't love that. And so knowing now that we have Xatu, I want some real heavy hitters. I want some Pokemon that can really dish out some damage. Zapdos, Landers, Halucha, no complaints there, but we want one more sweeper / breaker. If they were kind of flexible between the two, that'd be great. That can just absolutely rip some damage. Moltres Galar is such an obvious pick. It's kind of shouting at me right now. It would also really appreciate screen support. It's also a special attacker, which we don't have right now. It's hard to say no to. I'm trying to justify it. Celesteal is not bad too. Meteor Beam gives us some defensive quality. Can also run Air Slash on that mon. Oh, I wanted something fun and creative, but I'm just my optimization brain is kind of working overtime here. I think we're looking at Tornadus could be doing like Nasty Plot too, which is fun. It's got some defensive qualities to it as well. Good move pool. But I think it's between Celesteal and Moltres Galar. And let's do Moltres Galar. It's very, very good. And I'll do Heavy Duty Boots here probably. I mean, I might not need to with the Xatu. Let's mess around. Let's mess around a bit here. And no, not like Clay. What am I doing? Leftovers is what we want there for sure. Or do we even do the weakness policy that smoked us the other day? Yeah, with screen support, weakness policy makes a lot more sense. We can kind of get some revenge here. And then I'll go for Fiery Wrath, which is the better Nasty Plot there. And I love Substitute on these mons. And I might be willing to give it a shot. We saw on a tournament that I hosted on last Monday, we saw Ravioli Kid use this exact set to great effect. I think it was leftovers instead of weakness policy, but still, you get the idea. The fact is, with agility and with substitute, you can kind of similar to this Halucha, cut your HP to the point where, actually, I don't think, can you cut your HP with substitute to get Berserk? I think you can. Anyways, we'll be fine. Plus we'll be modest here. Plus we have weakness policy. Yeah, I don't think we need Nasty Plot on this team. Sure, if I come against a mono poison stall, I might regret it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll give it a shot here. Bird up. Bird the hell up, bird everyone. Up. I want to see a lot of bird up comments on the YouTube video here. Let's get like 12 or 15 bird up comments. The Moltres Galar looking really great here. Really, really great. We're gonna lead Skarmory regardless. Nice, easy breezy lead here. I'll go for rocks on their V create. This is what I'm talking about, where we can just guaranteed get up 1 spikes. Brave Bird with the defense drop is tantalizing, but I'll just do this. Hatches are awesome. The only defogger is super obvious with Latias, so we can kind of set up some stuff with Zapdos Galar. Although that situation is always kind of messy because they could psychic on my Zapdos Galar swap in anyways. But still, we'll run this for now. Now I can go to man, I guess I might just go to Landers and U-turn, to be honest. We get some momentum that way. Do crazy damage to Victini if they happen to stay in. I'd go to like, yeah, I don't know. That's future Nathan's problem. I could also knock off. Knock off would kill the Victini here in this situation. Also really heavily punish whoever swaps in. Let's run it. This is a situation where I'm definitely glad I threw that on here. Defog is definitely a possibility, especially on a mono flying team, but this will work just fine. Slowbro gonna come in. Do I risk a Scald? I think they might just teleport here, to be honest. And if I get another knockoff, then they're really low. I'm predicting a teleport here. Nope, they're gonna do that. Fair enough. Well, let's go to Zatu right now. As they Scald, that's fine. And I'll go for, who do you teleport out to here if you're my opponent? I'm gonna guess Lele. So let's go for a, oh, I could even go for a U-turn. No, because they're gonna teleport, so it's not gonna matter. So let's light screen then. They go straight to Latias here. Again, they could Psychic right here. I gotta go with my gut and go to the Zapdos Galar here. It's a pure 50-50. They could Psychic my ass and just crush me. Or they could give me a +2 Defiant boost on an already banded Pokemon. And yeah, good luck. Good luck. Bird up, rather. Oh, Dratch is a great answer. And it still does 70%. Are you kidding me? And it's leftovers too, so I don't even have to worry about a Scarf here. That is strong. Big bird up. Bird up. Let's go. Latias comes back in, threatening an obvious Psychic right here. Even if they do drop a Draco, Mulchgalar will be just fine. Wow, it does actually a ton of damage for a Scarf Latias. Good for them. Do I substitute here? Do I Agility? I think I'll substitute works better if they go to someone like Slowbro. But Agility works better if they go to someone like, I mean, substitute's just easy. I mean, if they could also stay in an attack. So I think Agility is the easiest play here. They'll go to Lele. Hurricane would hit harder because they're neutral to dark type attacks here. But I don't want to risk the miss. I just want to do damage. I just want to do some Demoglio. I just want to hit hard. Things are looking good. If we could get rid of Latias, that'd be great because we'd be looking very close to Lander sweep. But chip on the Lele is really going to help out. Don't think we're killing here. We might. I mean, we're modest. 500 special attack. Maybe it's a roll. There's always, of course, a chance of a flinch here. That also kind of puts it above Hurricane, in my opinion. Whereas Hurricane, what's the roll all told on getting a full Confuse? I don't think it's nearly as high as the Confuse chance there. So look at the kill. That's fine by me. Now I'm going to go to my... Can we kill with knockoff? I think we can. And the question is whether there's Scarf or not. I don't think there's Scarf when they've got Latias, actually. So I could really benefit from a Zapdos Galar play right now, too. Brave Bird is really impossible for them to swap into right now. That was the goal of the team. We wanted to wear down the single flying type resist. It's gone, which is great. So we're kind of claiming kill every time we get the Zapdos in. I think I'm going to try it. It would let Alakazam in afterwards. And Alakazam, I could... Well, let's just see if I can kill with Landorus. If Landorus can kill with a U-turn, that's the obvious play, in my opinion. Plus, it's safer in case it's a Scarf Lele, which it shouldn't be, but you never know. Tapu Lele, U-turn doing 37 to 44 if we have 3d9 attack, which we do. Okay, yeah, okay, that's the play then. That's really strong. Slowbro's gonna take 40% here. A crit does 40%. Damn, you strong, Slowbro. I think I can get away with a free substitute here. I don't think Scald will break. Let's try it. Let's try it. I don't know. Hawlucha is really weak. It might die to a Scald. In which case, I'd be tempted to risk a Scald burn and go for a Swords Dance there. Tempted, but we'll see. We shall see. Substitute on the Slack Off, even better. You're gonna give me a free Swords Dance? I'm too dangerous when you give me a Swords Dance there, Slowbro. It does break. Okay, so let's go for another substitute in case they overpredict and go for like a teleport here. If nothing else, we're gonna activate our Unburden. Substitute again. If we had Hazards up, we would just win right now, to be honest, depending on if the Zam is Sash or not. That's awesome. Now I can Acrobatics, which won't kill, but I don't think Scald will kill us either. So this should be fine. 53. I thought it would do way more. Oh man, we were... Okay, it doesn't burn. We're good. We're good. Okay. I thought that'd be doing like 24%. Shows what I know about Slowbro's Scald. The thing that you have to remember about Scald is that it's so strong. So we're gonna see Slowbro again. Makes sense. It'll be mighty chipped, but it's gonna be close. It's just this Latias at this point, honestly. We're gonna go to Zam. Okay, that kind of indicates to me that there's Sash. Not a bad set at all, but that's gonna be a problem regardless. Easy U-turn for us here. lot coming down to Landorus. Definitely a lot coming down to Landorus for sure here. Slowbro there. This will kill, I believe. They'll sack Zam, get Slowbro back in, and that'll be Latias. And it's got it with second terrain. It's gonna kill Zatu, I think. Resist be damned. Although I think it ignores the terrain. Meteor. Yep, there we go. We'll go to Lando right here, and or can Zapdos take it? That'd be tempting. That'd be really tempting. Slowbro's gonna come in, take about 25%. So yeah, I think we can still kill with Brave Bird here. Still do it. We'll run it. So they go to Slowbro. I think we're still in Brave Bird kill range. Yeah, just enough to mitigate that. Brave Bird here. That's not bad, but we can't kill the Latias right now. Oh, we can't kill the Latias. Psychic there. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to pull it off. Close, but no cigar. Unless we get like a Stone Edge crit, and then I can maybe kill the Victini. 53. I don't think it's gonna matter. GG to our opponent. Except they were Scarf too, so they did have a double Scarfer. Okay, well, this is a bit rough for us. I think this has been a famously bad team for me. I destroyed my Elo playing this on stream, and we're now doing it here on the ladder. Let's give it one more go before I give up against Mono Electric, where I did say no to Thunderous Therian here. But let's go Skarmory. We'll bring it back. I gotta believe in the bird up. It might not be optimal. Every time I do this style of team where it's dragon or fighting or whatever, where the playstyle is just to wear down your opponent, it never works so hot for us. Okay, damn, I wish I didn't crit, because then we could ID whether that's specs or not. I'm gonna guess it is still. We'll go for spikes here. There should be locked in the heat wave. That's the prediction I'm gonna work with right now. I'll go to Zatu and Light Screen right now. If they go to Rotom Wash, we got an easy Zapdos Galar switch in. Sure enough, there it is. They might go for a burn right now. If they did that on a Magic Bound Zatu, that'd be pretty crazy. They could also Volt Switch. But nope, we get the same sort of situation as we did before, which is nice, but it's also frustrating because we really would prefer to keep the hazards up. That would be the goal. We're not going to be doing too much bird spam here against 6 electric resists, that's for sure. But yeah, big close combat, going to knock it out. That's awesome. We'll see Tapu Koko come in here. This is another reason why you want to Steel type Mon, because there's at least 50-50 on an electric move or a fairy move. But they're probably just certainly going to click a fairy move right now, which smokes all of our Mons. Might be Zapdos Galar as the sack, to be honest. It really might be, because it's outsped by almost everyone. Ties Zapdos Kanto. So yeah, oh man, this is tough. This is a tough matchup. So we'll go to can Zatu take one? It's specs. I'm not sure. Let's go to Landorus here. And Earthquake will kill. But I think the Zapdos switch is just so obvious. They don't really have so much to fear from this Landorus. I'll go for the Stone Edge read. Okay, we're gonna get that right. Definitely an offensive set. That's a relief. With that, I mean, Landorus does look really good, actually. We can just spam Earthquakes now, which is a big relief. Don't know what we're going to do about Raichu Alola. Don't ask me, because I couldn't tell you. Rising Voltage will claim one. They'll Psychic right now. And they'll go in. They'll Psychic here, to which I'll probably go Moltres Galar. And then there's like 50-50 whether I stay in or I go back or whatever. They might even knock off. I don't think so. They should definitely be going... Oh, they go to Draco's ult, actually. Okay. Interesting. Zatu, I don't know if it'll get a chance to get up any hazards right now, so I think I'll go to it right now. As they Outrage... Okoing us. Goodness. You could be Scarf. Definitely could be. You could also be like Banned Outrage, huh? I wish I knew what Draco's ults run on a Mono Electric. I wish I knew. I mean, if there's Scarf, this will claim a kill regardless. This will claim a kill for sure. Now they're kind of forced to go Tapu Koko and lose another Mon. So that's, boy, this is actually winnable. Let's go. Let's go bird spam. Let's bird spam and more just Landorus Therian. Really good Mon. But if we can outlast the next couple of turns, We've got a shot at this. I don't think you can even Oko me with Psychic here, Raichu. I don't think you can Raichu Alola. Oh, if they're specs. They could be specs. Size Shock. So what if they're Psychic? And they're choice specs. I'll give them all the benefit of the doubt here. No, we live. We just won. Nice. We just beat Mono Electric with this awful team. Okay, let's get Zeraora next in. Maybe I'll try the other team out, because this team has just been not good for us. I'll try the Talonflame team out, because that one's pretty fun too. I can't go out. This is just being a... I can't have my only win be off the back of Landorus Therian here. That's just too big of an L. I can't do that. We've had some big losing lives lately. Against Mono, Water, definitely a rain-flavored team, except they're only really one Swift Swimmer here, which is interesting. Oh, it's RG99. What's up? What's up? So we'll go Skarmory here. It's a very similar team to the other team we built. Honestly, I think my revelation earlier was true. I think when you have especially Moltres Galar and a Hawlucha, I think you want screens. I always said the more optimal version of this team was a Dragonite instead of this Talonflame here, because they both are decently good at breaking steals, both good Swords Dancers, both wearing heavy duty boots, both kind of offer a bit of pseudo speed control, because if a bad situation comes up, Talonflame can go for a priority Brave Bird, but you know, Dragonite can already do it with their extreme speed. So really, if you want a more optimal version of this team, definitely go with Dragonite. I just think Talonflame's kind of hype. We will taunt here. I don't want rocks going up as they flip turn. Good play. Really, really bad for us, because now Dracovish can definitely Oko us. Ugh. That was a 50-50, and I should have weighed that a little bit more carefully, because going into this with no rocks would suck. But I don't really have a sack right now. It might be, yeah. Okay, it's banded. Okay, makes sense. That's great. If I Brave Bird, I think I might be in range to Revenge Kill with Landers, which would be awesome. Or I could go to Zapdos afterwards if they're banded. I don't think Revenge Killing this is going to be too hard. So I think I'll take my Spikes here. Yeah, we'll go for that. I believe Zapdos can kill here. I believe in the heart of the cards. If we're wrong, we're wrong. It is banded. It's really hard. We'll see. Come on, fingers crossed. Come on, Zapdos, bring it home. Dracovish is surprisingly tanky, so I would not be surprised one with the other. If it's a roll, would not terribly surprise me. Probably should have calced it before I decided not to Brave Bird with Skarmory there, but we'll see. We will see. They do have a switch in actually with Rotom Wash, who is resist here. They're gonna sack their Araquanid straight up, so no webs going up for us. Very nice. Definitely a bit of synergy there with the Dracovish. That should see Rotom Wash go in that turn, I'd imagine, or Pelipper. Okay. Okay, Pelipper. Die Pelipper. Bird up. As they're going to Hurricane. Yeah, fair enough. Pelipper's weak at least. Let's go to... Man, if I had substitute on that Moltres, that'd be awesome. But let's go to our... I like Hawlucha actually a lot. Because with Hawlucha, we had this put them in this terrible position where they can't swap out, or else we're going to substitute and Swords Dance up on them. And if they stay in, we drain half of the rain turns. Plus, not to mention, there's not a lot of Pokemon who can tank these attacks. I mean, I don't know. Hawlucha without a Swords Dance is really, really weak, actually. Dracovish and Kingdra and Swampert. No, I'm totally full of it. The hazards will help for sure. But it is so tempting in case I get greedy and go for a U-turn or a whatever if we swap in. It's so dastardly tempting. Talonflame could also just get a Revenge Kill right now. But it's just such an easy Rotom Wash swap in. So Moltres or Hawlucha I think is definitely the play. If there's a substitute on Moltres, that'd be 1000% the play. But man, I'm really torn. I'm really, really torn. The question is, who's my better win con to win the game? And I think it's going to be Moltres, because it'll be able to tank Kingdra if it comes down to it. It'll be able to take a hit from everyone and outspeed Dracovish. So I will go for this Hawlucha play. I'm not sure if this is the right one. Maybe I should have kept it as the cleaner, and Moltres should have gone for a bit of a sweep right now, but we'll try it out. Again, if they go for a defog or a U-turn, we are poised. And if they do this, that's fine too, because we're draining half of the rain turns. And we'll be able to get a Revenge Kill on the Pelipper. That's fine too. Now they're also in a bit of position where they could swap now. But no, Rain is gone for the rest of the game. That's awesome. So that was why that Hawlucha was so enticing to me, because they were kind of forced to stay in there, or else let me get a free Swords Dance up. They maybe didn't need to, as long as they had Swampert around, and Rotomosh too, for that matter. But that's great for us. Dracovish, or who are you going to go to here? I'd kind of predict Rotomosh. Volt Switch will kill here. We're not going to be doing so much with our close combat for sure. The goal is just to chip these Mons so we can clear the way for Moltres and Talonflame now. We do see Swampert. Now, Swampert, can you kill me with a flip turn? They can also roar, I guess, but I don't know. That seems a little bit unnecessary if that were me. Flip turn is 30 to 35, so I'm just going to Swords Dance here. Toxic, I don't really care about. Yeah, great. So we just get to really do some damage right now. Plus, that's another bit of hazard stacking for the Swampert there. Swampert's coming in at like 18% less, so like 60-some% there. So that's great. Probably okay. Rotomosh, fair enough. Still, I don't know if this close combat will kill, but it'll certainly be in range where we can revenge kill afterwards with a Talonflame, or just dies. That's awesome. Bird up. Bird up. Boop boop boop. And I will acrobatics happily. I think that's a good old Hawlucha sweep. There we go. Finishing on the live on a slightly better note after that. I'm gonna say that was up there as one of the rougher lives until we get this game in. This one seems a little bit more competent there. Shoutouts to Archie, awesome player. I've seen them make some great games in our weekly tournaments there. And Hawlucha is going to take it. So GG to them. That's going to finish the live. I think I do still need to do one mono balanced live. The fact that I never got one in on just a very classic, more balanced team that features like Mantine and Celesteela and Thunder Asterion and Dragonite. This is such a classic team right here. I would probably have this as a Dragonite. To make it classic, I'd probably make this a Dragon Dance Dragonite in probably like a pivot Lander Asterion. Like there's no rocks on this team, for example. If I was to make this slightly more standard, let's call it. So maybe I need to do one of these lives at some point. I'll get back to it. There's a couple of videos I want to do after we're finished with, well, there's only Steel and Ground remaining. So first of all, vote what you want to see next. But yeah, to finish the thought, I'm going to come back and shore up some ones. Like I always promised I'd do a Charizard live. I definitely want to do that one still. I'll definitely have some fun ideas for mono ground too, and yeah, we'll get a mono balance and with mono flying still. We're not done with you yet, flying. Regardless, it's a bit of a long live for me there, but make sure to let me know what you want to see next in the comments. I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.